Hi, my name is Joe Startup, and I'm here to help you start up simply. Simply start up. Today we're going to discuss fundraising, which is never easy. The key is to raise enough money for the project, assuming that there will be setbacks. I find it better raising 20% more money than you think you'll need. You must do a well thought out cash forecast to determine how much you need. Ideally, you raise money from someone you trust and know. Here are 4 common ways to raise money. Number 1, the best is if you can pre-sell your product or service, namely get paid before you make the product. Number 2, ask suppliers if you can pay them after you get paid from your customers. While they may not be able to do it all, they could help some. Number 3, borrow money for a certain amount of time and pay an interest rate. The loan is typically from a family member or friend, as banks don't usually lend to startups. Be sure the borrower is aware of the risks. Number 4, sell shares in your companies in exchange for cash. For example, say your company has 100 shares and you sell 10 shares for $10. In the end, they will own approximately 10% of the company and you will have $10. If you choose to raise equity, then ask friends or advisors about the percentage of the company you need to sell and for how much. There is no right answer, but there are generally accepted ranges depending on the risk and the reward. Here are the most common steps in fundraising. Number 1, prepare documents including an executive summary, business plan, presentation, project plan, and forecasts. The Joe Startup Education Platform helps you with all of these documents. Number 2, develop a potential investor list. Again, approach people you know who can afford to invest. Ask friends for suggestions. Number 3, send out an email with a simple 1 to 2 paragraph introduction, the executive summary, and bio. Suggest follow-up meeting or phone call times so you can get faster feedback. Number 4, if they are interested in seeing more information and you have intellectual property you want to protect, then ask them to sign a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, which is a short document that says both parties will not communicate about the business to outsiders. Number 5, once they sign the NDA, send the documents to them. In Joe Startup, you send them the link to the business plan page. Suggest follow-up meeting or phone call times so you can get faster feedback. Number 6, if the investor is interested, either you or the investor will prepare a term sheet which describes what the deal is. I like to prepare the term sheet because you have greater control. At this point, you will want to look for a lawyer to help with the term sheet and other documents, including a share purchase agreement and shareholders agreement. Number 7, once the agreements are signed and exchanged, the investor sends you a check or wire transfer. This is where you should celebrate briefly and realize now the real work begins. Negotiating term sheets and documents is an emotional roller coaster, and it's not over until the money is in your account. Deals often fall apart, so don't count on anything until it's done. Remember, the investor is trying to get the best deal possible for themselves, often at your expense. Be realistic. Here we are in the Joe Startup's Essential Documents Google spreadsheet under the Run Fundraising tab. We've provided a detailed fundraising process map because raising money can seem so intimidating. Follow these steps and you will be on your path to raising money. It's broken down into document preparation, initial investor contact, what to do with interested investors, and closing the deal. Typically, the process can take 16 weeks. It can expand or go shorter depending on the circumstances. But the key is you know exactly what you need to do to raise money. So there you go. You are all ready to start up the fundraising process map. Today, we discuss the steps to raising money or fundraising. My name is Joe Startup, and I'm here to help you start up simply. Simply start up.